Homer grew bigger. I grew older. And change comes for better and for worse. I've heard good people say that we learn prejudice, that bigotry wouldn't exist if it weren't taught us. You think that's true? I believe hating is something we were given to overcome. We just don't seem willing to admit that about ourselves. We seem to always concentrate on our uncommon ground. More puzzling, it's often our commonality that we choose as the borderline. Two men can love God equally, but if they worship differently, they are enemies. Now, if devotion to a higher power turns neighbors into strangers, how can loving each other be any less trouble?
And the sun rose after all. Who would have believed it?
Well, people fuss, world turns. Who would have believed it? Think that corsage might be a little showy for a Sunday?
Oh, have I got a funny father. I'm on the Rainbow Balloon Committee. Red was my assignment.
Oh.
Lisa's bringing the yellow, Maggie gets the blue. Stacy pulled violet, though I think the fix was in on that one.
Who's bringing the black ones?
Black balloons for a wedding. Nice, Dad.
You don't ask, you don't learn.
I know they'll have enough food there to feed a small army, but you should still have a piece of fruit and some cereal to hold you through the ceremony. I should live so long. Ira.
Now, how'd I know you'd go for a bluish red instead of a yellow red?
Never send a woman to do a queen's job.
A theory proved daily by Martha Stewart.
The place looks great.
Well, what on earth can't be fixed with glitter, feathers, and a string of lights?
Oh, look, it's the cake.
Oh, I want to see. Oh, since they've been fucking for 20 years, don't you think that white is a little naive, even in a small town?
Well, said the politically correct lesbian caterer to the embarrassingly stereotypical, but I suppose necessary fag florist. Can we discuss this after we put the cake down?
You know, for a kick like that, I'd marry Frankie tomorrow.
You already married him.
Yeah, if only I knew then what I know now.
They're actually going through with it. Assholes.
Only two of them.
Yeah, for now, the rest are probably just late. You know, straight people are always late. You know, SPT. Straight people time.
Maybe they'll forget.
You ever notice how straight men see everything as a war? I mean, football, hockey, driving, politics, sex, it's all the same to them. They choose up sides and they attack. And they like it even better if they get to wear a little uniform.
Well, my dad swore it's going to be a silent, non-intrusive, respectful protest.
A silent, non-intrusive, respectful protest of a wedding? Just a bunch of kids playing G.I. Joe.
What about you know who? You hear anything?
You mean Ira, father of the bride?
He wouldn't. He couldn't.
He would, he could, he just might.
Oh. Where's a nice cyclone or twister when you need one?
This is New England, darling. The only thing that blows hard here are nor'easters and elected officials, which may explain our love of politics.
It's my wedding and I'll sleep if I want to.
I'm sorry to bother you, darling. It's Ira. He's gone with his uniform. I thought all this was settled last night when I stopped talking to him. But obviously, he's not going to be happy until he gives me a stroke.
Okay, hold on. Here, your father's gone AWOL. AWOL or MIA. Amos? Amos?
Amos?
Andy.
Sweetheart, I can't.
Are you still
I'm so
there?
sorry.
Hello, Andy.
Yes, Claire.
Hello. I'm
What are you doing clowning around here in that getup? Ain't you got a wedding to go to?
Beatrice Rosen, keep your nose out of what it don't belong in.
I'm only talking.
So talk to yourself.
I do. And whoever listens does so at his own risk. To miss your child's wedding is something not easily forgotten or forgiven by anyone ever. Trust me. Rodney and I are going over just as soon as we're done with the breakfast rush. And we're gonna dance.
Enjoy yourself.
Keep your money. Ira, go home and change. He's your boy. He's a good boy. They're both good boys.
Beatrice, what'd I tell you? Hmm?
If you didn't listen, you wouldn't hear so much.
Hi, Ira.
Father!
Ah, good morning.
Morning. Running a little late, aren't you, Father?
Oh, I'm ministering last rites for Mrs. Brandt at the home.
Oh, that's too bad. Nice lady.
Aren't you fellows headed in the wrong direction for morning services?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You'll be having yours say from the pulpit, and we'll be having ours from the street.
You're gonna say something about this mess, aren't you?
You think I should?
Well, last I heard, the church had plenty to say about homosexuals. So, you gonna let them have it?
I tell you, gentlemen, there's an interesting question raised with all of this. We condemn the homosexual for a lifestyle that rejects God's holy union of marriage, yes?
Good.
But then, when he seeks to join the fold, we condemn him for that as well. Seems to me to be a no-win situation.
But that's what the church says, doesn't it?
And God.
Same thing.
You sure?
Sure.
If only I was so sure.
Hey, fellas. What's in the bag?
Field rations.
Oh, public drinking. Why don't you go put it back in the trunk?
I got my van right across the street. Let's say we take a short at East.
You got it, Tommy. Let's do it. Let's go.
Catering's what you ask for, catering's what you get.
I'm impressed.
Just doing what lesbians do best.
Cooking?
Hauling heavy shit in a van. Here, give us a hand. Oh!
How'd you find me?
I wasn't looking.
What are you doing here?
Trying to have my coffee without answering questions. You don't have a rifle in that thing or anything, do you? Why aren't you home?
Why aren't you down there with your friends?
I got time. So that's how they prepare that dish. I always wondered.
Doesn't matter. It's off anyway. I mean, that is what you want, isn't it? Cancel the fucking thing?
Watch your mouth. After all, I'm your father.
I'm a little old for that, no?
You think so? I'll let you know that my father... No, my father was already dead by the time I was your age. But my mother... Did you know that she's coming? Your grandmother? Maybe it's supposed to be a surprise. Huh? Did you know your Aunt Jonah's bringing her?
No.
Surprise. What the hell am I supposed to know? Nobody's talked to me in weeks. You're a pain in the ass, you know that?
Remember last summer when Andy and I fished that lake in Vermont? And I told you that I'd never be able to find it again? Well, I think I'm gonna go prove myself right.
Does anyone else know?
No.
You're just not gonna show up?
Isn't that what you want?
You wanna stop saying that?
What is it that you think you're doing down there?
We're making a statement. You could have had your thing at home. You could have done it at your house. I begged you to do it at our house. Nobody would have cared.
Neither was big enough for the party.
A homosexual wedding is not a party.
I think that depends upon the band you hire.
Amos, call your mother. And somebody better have been off buying somebody else a fabulous gift.
Plastic. Can't argue with practicality. Sterilized, too.
I thought you were Amos.
Oh, we can play it that way if you want, but frankly, I don't think either of our spouses will fall for it.
What is that mood for? And better yet, what is that vial for?
Don't make me beg.
I thought we finished this month on Friday.
This whole homo rhythm method thing is not an exact science. I was on my way to CVS to pick up the EPTs, and I thought, wouldn't it be trippy if the baby was conceived on your special day?
Well, it's Amos's turn.
And he is...
Don't know.
I left my girlfriend at home on a warm mattress with a turkey baster. He's gone, you're here. Teach that one-eyed weasel who's boss.
Is that what you're like in bed?
You ever look at that war memorial down there? It's got the names of every hometown kid from the Revolutionary War to Vietnam. A lot of people consider this to be sacred ground.
No one's throwing an orgy. This is a wedding.
It's a judgment call. That's all I'm saying it is. Why else have a town committee to decide these things?
The committee decided yes.
Without consulting veterans groups. It's a question of respect.
Who's being disrespectful?
If you're going to ask questions that you know all the answers to, neither one of us are going to learn anything.
Well, if each of us thinks he knows the answer, then one of us should have the guts to say it.
Because you're homosexuals. Happy? I've got no problem saying it. This government has no problem saying it. Why else do you think the Army has that don't say nothing, I don't want to know policy?
Dad, I think that's Mom's policy on skydiving and recreational drugs. The government has don't ask, don't tell, don't pursue.
Don't pursue? What the hell does that mean?
Are you going to go down there and stand with them?
Hey, how you doing? I show these first we been in business, eh?
Well, now we're cooking.
Real men here. How you been, man?
We had a meeting. We discussed it. We took a vote. They're my friends.
I'm your son.
I've known them longer.
I think we should at least report a missing person.
Ah, but which one?
I know where my husband is.
Amos will be there, Claire. I don't know why he left. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's thinking. But I do know Amos. He'll be there.
Did you bring me a scone? I meant to tell you.
Well, how about better than that?
I know that face. Someone's got a Jones on. Forget it, we have a wedding to get to.
I have Devon cream. Honey. Black currant jam. Oh, yeah. And that little something extra that makes all this a noble effort.
Why didn't you just say it's for the boys?
Oh, yeah, okay. It's for the boys.
Well, it's better late than infertile.
Ah, reinforcements.
Who is that? Can you see?
It's the Catholic Church.
It's not the church, it's just the people.
I'm sorry, Mr. Goldman, but OJ didn't kill your son. It was the loss of blood.
The Bible says what the Bible says. It's right there in black and white. You can't argue with that.
Sure I can. You want the lecture? Fine. Leviticus, it says that it is an abomination for one man to lie with another as if with a woman. Yes, it says that in black and white.
Finally, some sense.
But it also says just 2 pages back that it's an abomination to eat shrimp. It's also an abomination to eat lobster. It's the same damnable abomination to eat pork. So yes, Dad, according to your Bible, the road to hell is paved with bacon. So I'll make you a deal. You take the sausage out of your mouth, and I'll take the sausage out of mine.
Don't be so fresh.
You know, sometimes I think that when I die, people will stand over my open grave and argue if I ever had the right to live.
Yours is a lifestyle that not everyone understands.
Moving to a golf condo in Boca Raton is a lifestyle. Being gay is a life. Does a dog live the lifestyle of a dog? Or a dog's life?
Enough lecturing already. Class dismissed. Good. I mean, gee, you try to make a simple comment. I don't want you to be a homosexual.
I'm sorry, Dad. You don't get a vote.
Not what I wanted for my only son. Sue me. But I don't think I've been so terrible about it either. You, on the other hand, could have done so much better. Sending us to New York City with tickets to the play where the homosexual broke the news to his mother. Hey, what were you thinking? Huh? Your poor mother cried all the way home.
You know, Andy and I had been living together for 5 years when we gave you those tickets. You would have had to have been blind.
You were roommates. That's what you told us. That's what I told people. So, I was blind. When I was in the Army, in my platoon, for a while, there was a queer. That's what we called him back then. I wasn't friendly with him or anything. Nobody was. But some of the guys you'd hear now and again would let him do things. On Monday, they'd let him do things. Then on Tuesday, they'd beat the living snot out of him. That's the way it was. That's what I thought a queer was. I didn't hate him. I didn't pity him. I didn't care. And after we came back, I went through the list of the injured, missing, the dead, and I saw this guy's name, killed in action. And I thought, good for him. He's better off.
You suppose that somewhere out there there's a war memorial with his name on it? And do you suppose they'd let us have the wedding there?
We're gonna have to take the back road to avoid Main Street. I hear it's a circus in town. And here come the clowns. Sondheim, forgive.
Whoever hired these bartenders has my eternal gratitude. Before this evening is over, I want to die with that one on my face.
Why can't you just say he's cute? Why does everything have to be such a drama with you?
Wherever there are boys who do not appreciate their youth, and men who do, there will be drama.
Do you think anyone is going to have the nerve to come in?
I'll go get him.
If Amos doesn't show up, I'll marry you myself.
Well, now there's one we've never seen on Jerry Springs.
You should be proud of yourself. You never would have had the balls to carry it this far without your approval.
I told you I hadn't planned it this way, I'd be lying. But I expected to enjoy it more.
Are you really that mad at me?
Let's go, there's enough fooling around.
Down your cowl, Batman. I'm not going anywhere.
What are you talking about? Let's go.
Dad, go down. You do what you have to do. I gotta go.
But I think I forgave you.
I'll see you later, Dad. Talk to you in a few weeks.
You're not gonna let a few guys scare you off, are you? Come on. They're not gonna touch you.
You think I'm scared of them?
Then where you going?
I can't do it.
What, the wedding?
Yes, the wedding. I can't get married. It's not for me. I'm sorry.
You're kidding me, right?
Right.
You are scared.
Of what, of them?
Oh, forget them. Marriage. You're scared of marriage.
What?
Oh, this is so cute. You've got the wedding day jitters.
Cut it out.
Oh, this is so cute.
Would you stop saying that?
It's all right. Everyone has wedding day jitters.
I don't have the jitters.
Why all of a sudden are you running away from home?
I have been thinking about this for a long time now.
Then why should tell anyone?
I wasn't sure yet.
Well, what are you telling me? Are you through with Andy?
No, I'm not through with Andy.
Uh-huh. So you're through with the town?
I'm through with you. That's what I'm through with. I'm through with you.
This is wonderful. This is one of those father-son things I was sure I'd missed out on.
Would you please leave me alone?
Listen, it's normal. Perfectly normal. I had them too. You should have seen me. Worse than you. You got bigger balls than me. Yeah, I just laid on the bed and shook until they came and dragged me off to the altar. Some of those same guys that you see waiting down there now. Oh, son, look at you. You're normal.
Dad, I worked my whole life to prove that I'm as good as anybody else. And what's happened? I've turned out just like everybody else. I mean, I'm a gay man in a heterosexual world, and that hardly seems to matter anymore.
You've lost me now.
I've been in a monogamous relationship longer than 83% of American marriages. Our house is paid off. I own my own business. We have 2 cars, a pickup truck. Andy is on his 2nd career. We've been to Disneyland twice, Disney World 3 times. We went to Euro Disney for our 15th anniversary. Think about this. Congress passes a law against gays getting married. We are having our wedding ceremony at a community center, thrown by a town committee with the blessings of the town fathers.
With protesters. Give yourself a little credit.
Dad, this is a town of 27,000 people. If that is all the outrage they could muster, it's embarrassing.
You know, I come from a labor family. I'm not all that comfortable on this side of a picket line.
I mean, I'm supposed to be a gay man. You know what that means. You read, I'm supposed to be having all this wild, promiscuous sex with thousands of partners. You know how many men I've slept with?
Oh, geez, son.
3, and 2 of those were before I was 20. I mean, where are my thousands? Where are my discos and my parties, my sad and pathetic and lonely life? And what's gonna happen when we have the baby? Carpooling, soccer mommying, PTA meetings.
You've got my attention now.
Yes. As if we aren't heterosexual-esque enough. A friend of ours volunteered to surrogate a baby for us. We're gonna be parents.
Well, you can hold your head high on that one, Amos. That's not normal.
It's not just the specifics, it's the whole damn thing, Dad. I feel like my life is rushing by, completely out of control.
Oh, now you're back in familiar territory.
It's also overwhelming.
Listen, I know what you're feeling. I remember just like it was yesterday.
I think we can skip the male bonding thing. I think I'm gonna be sick.
wish we had an orchestra.
Oh, and the strikes you as a musical moment?
There is no wrong time for a show tune.
Okay, you stay here, I'll go in.
You think I'm frightened of a couple of dried up old men?
Okay, we'll open the doors on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2.
Can I be of service?
Amos, where the hell have you been?
It's a long story, Mom.
What's going on here?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, Mom.
Come on! You guys have a job next year. You care about homework?
You look very handsome, dear.
Well, that's why I planned all this, so I could wear it.
I see. Claire! Nice to see you. Thanks so much for coming.
Congratulations.
Way to go. All right. Congratulations.
Thanks for
Every dream, every wish, every want, every need that I've ever had is answered in your eyes, your heart, your hands. I am proud to stand before our family and friends to say, I love you.
Wow. I love you, too. I do. But what the hell are we doing here? I mean, big picture here, not here.
Here.
I know that we didn't get here alone. We owe our lives to the generations of gays and lesbians that struggled before us, some of whom gave up their freedom, others who gave up their very lives. I also know that it's up to us to do our very best to carry the next generation to where they need to be. Is this it? Is this equality? I don't know. I guess we have to trust that if what we've built here together can inspire this gathering, then we can't be too far off the mark. I love you, Andy. And I am nothing if not yours.
Fuck this sissy shit. I want to know who knocked up my girlfriend.
Bingo, boys.
You're kidding! I knew you had it in you.
Trust me, it's a good thing.
Love you, Andy. Love you. Amos, you were wonderful.
You take care of it. Have a great time.
So okay, the bottom line seems to be our choice. We can embrace our differences and each stand alone, or we can accept the overwhelming evidence that none of us is so very unique and stand together on common ground.